Hey everyone, I'm Zane and Dane, and welcome back to the Dr. Yum Project Kitchen, where today we're going to be talking about the farmer's market and how to make the most of your money while supporting local farmers. And I've brought a special guest to talk about the farmer's market, Dane DiEugenio. We're some of the original Tiny Tasters here at the Dr. Yum Project, and I think we're going to be inserting a clip of that now.
I'm Zane.
I'm Dane.
And I'm Asa. And this is the Dr. Yum Project. Today we're going to make watermelon whole fruit popsicles. The first thing that you do is you cut up some fruit and you want to place it loosely into the mold. When you place it, you want bright, colorful fruit, really pretty fruit. Like kiwi is really pretty when you put it in there. It looks really dramatic. This is a good way to beat the heat, and just, you can go outside one day, just eat your popsicle. Okay, we're going to pour watermelon juice into our popsicle molds. Now, you place your popsicles molds on top of these.
Yeah, on there somewhere.
Perfect. We already made some of these.
Here you go.
Right here.
And they look.
See? See how pretty they are? So I'm Dane.
I'm Zane.
And I'm
What?
Asa.
I'm Zane.
I'm Dane.
Wait, I'm Zane.
I'm Dane.
And I'm Asa.
And this is the Dr. Yum Project. We love food, kid tested and pediatrician approved.
All right, so do you want to introduce yourself and share a bit about your own cooking experience?
Sure. So my name's Zane DiEugenio, like you said. I grew up with my mom and my family, and we would cook every single day, and we would always be around the kitchen, tasting new foods and having a great time. So growing up with that experience really led me into spending some time with my brother up in Providence. I'm a rising senior in high school, but he's in college, and so I've been helping him move into his new house. And while we've been doing that, I've been cooking and doing that kind of stuff a lot. Growing up with those experiences really brought me into a great space as far as learning how to do this on my own and learning how to pull a meal together.
And do you want to tell us about this job that you've been working at this summer?
Sure. So I've been spending this summer interning at the Spotsylvania Farmers Market, where we are providing fresh, locally grown food for people all over the community. By people coming to this farmers market, they're supporting the local community and their farmers, and as well saving money on the produce.
In a previous video, we were talking about how when you're moving to a new place, you need to find your local grocery store and just go through it once or twice. But I feel like not a lot of people take the time to go to their local farmers market. And I've seen how much of a resource it can be. These are some of the stuff that we got at our local farmers market. We got some bok choy, ginger, zucchini. This is a patty pan squash, I believe. I've never used it personally. I heard it's similar to a summer squash, but I'm excited to try it. We've got some garlic. We've got peppers, eggplants, scallions, broccoli. And then they also sell herbs. And then these are some green beans that just easy, throw it in whatever. I feel like people think that the farmer's market is intimidating the first time, and they're afraid to kind of approach and go to all of the different booths and vendors, right?
Yeah, and I can see how that would be because there's a lot of new people all around. It's not a familiar scenario for most people because they're used to the grocery store.
So for people that aren't as familiar with the farmer's market, what kind of benefits and services do you guys offer?
So we offer a SNAP/EBT match, meaning for a lot of people, they don't know what SNAP is, but it's more commonly or popularly known as food stamps.
Gotcha.
Just food nutritional supplementation. So yeah, at our local farmers market, we offer a match for people up to $50, meaning if you put $50 down from your SNAP/EBT benefits, we'll give you back another $50, and you can use that to spend on groceries and budget out for your upcoming week. The other key thing to know is that you don't have to spend all of those tokens in one day. You can come back to the markets and spend that money on more produce, depending on what you need to do.
Yeah, so I know that these services are available at our local farmers market, but for people out there that are from different localities, I'm sure that you can check with your market manager and see what benefits that they offer there. And speaking of benefits, are there any other benefits that our market offers?
So our local farmers market offers a $10 fresh produce bag to WIC recipients. So they can go up to the market manager and show them their WIC card, and they'll be given a credit to spend $10 worth of fresh produce that they can get at the market. This is a continuation of the produce pack program that Dr. Yum has been a part of in the community for the past couple of years.
All right, well, thank you so much for telling us all about the farmer's market. How about we try to create something out of these amazing vegetables that we got? So today we're going to be making a stir fry using the Dr. Yum Meal-o-Matic. It is a super useful tool that's found on our website. It can help out in a bunch of different ways. It basically customizes a recipe for you based on a couple of pantry staples and a couple of core categories. I find the Meal-o-Matic useful because it helps me clear out my fridge. Say at the end of the week, I have a bunch of ingredients that I haven't used. I can just easily put them into the Meal-O-Matic and it'll create a recipe for me. So I'm not wasting money and I'm not wasting food. All right, so I'm gonna build our recipe real quick. We're gonna be using a tablet to use this. You can use it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. For our oil, we're gonna be using coconut oil. Aromatics, we've got some scallions that are here, and we also have ginger and garlic. So I'm gonna plug those in. Proteins, we've got some tofu that's pressing really quickly. In the back, vegetables. What vegetables do you want to use?
I'm gonna go with my 2 favorite B's, broccoli and bok choy.
Okay. Bok choy, broccoli. I want to use peppers probably, and we have
Perfect.
green beans. So let's do green beans as well. I'm gonna throw in zucchini as well.
Why not?
Because then we can make more, and then we can feed a bunch of people. We can feed all of our crew behind the scenes. We have stir-fry sauce. We've got hoisin, and we have brown sugar. Easy. And sauce seasoning. I know that your mom loves spices, so we're going to be doing pepper flakes just for her. And on top, we've got sesame seeds and sriracha. So I am just going to hit go, and it's going to create a recipe for us. So we're going to really quickly prepare some of the stuff according to the recipe, and then we'll be back. So Sarah, if you can help me out, we do the snap thing again. So now we have all of our ingredients out here. We've chopped up all of our produce that we got from the farmer's market. We have our, we're doing tofu for our proteins. We have some tofu that we have cubed up. We have our cooking oil, which we chose coconut oil. We have our special stir-fry sauce, which I will get to later. And then what we have over here, if you want to show, we've got some ramen that we cooked up that we are going to be serving our stir-fry on top of as our base. You can use all sorts of stuff. I know a lot of people use rice. Personally, I want to use noodles. I like noodles. You can use all sorts of other noodles as well. These are some rice noodles. We had egg noodles. These are lo mein.
Or you could always go for my favorite, instant ramen. But
and then if you don't have any of those, you can even use spaghetti. Just something that we can build the stir fry on top of. So we need a grain, we need a base. All right, so let's get cooking. We're gonna start by cooking our protein. So I'm gonna bring in some of this coconut oil. Just gonna put half of what we got in. You can get off the spatula. Our coconut oil is not a paid actor. Sorry. Just gonna let that melt for a second, and then we're gonna add our tofu. So I do a lot of tofu since I'm vegetarian. I'm on like a conquest to find the best way to cook tofu. This is just very simple. I just put some cornstarch on it. It gets it really crispy. I know a lot of people aren't exactly a fan of tofu because of the texture. So just something really easy that you can do that'll make it a little different. Got it melted. I'm just gonna add this in. Hopefully there's a sizzle. Hopefully it doesn't sizzle on me.
Details.
And now we're just gonna cook this through. Hopefully it gets a little crispy. If it doesn't get a little crispy, Chewy didn't kill nobody. So we're cooking in an electric wok today. We talked about a bunch of our favorite essential tools and cooking appliances in a previous video. I would check that out. That video was a lot of fun to make. This is something really easy if you don't have, say, a full kitchen. Buying an electric wok or an electric skillet is just very easy. So you can get some stuff cooking. This tofu is probably gonna take a little bit. So we're just gonna talk a little more. How's the weather, everyone? How's the weather where you're at? Over here, it's very hot.
And humid.
It's bad. I'm very anti-shorts, so it's like the summer's not kind to me. I like to do my tofu in the air fryer. It's so easy. You just pop it in. It does all the work for you.
But it's nice that you can make do with what you got. You know, that's the beauty of the Meal-O-Matic as well. It just helps make things a lot easier.
That's some like QVC stuff right there. Is QVC still a thing?
I think so.
I'm dual wielding. I don't really know.
Impressive.
You're gonna cut most of this out, but it's easier to flip stuff like this because it's all sticking together.
Tongs make it a little easier, I'm sure.
Okay. Showing me up.
You know, it generally helps.
These are actually looking pretty good.
They are looking pretty
Yeah,
good.
there's some.
Nice
They're
and
getting.
crispy.
Yeah. You don't have to talk all the time. I think there's too much talking on cooking shows, and sometimes you should just like be able to be here with us. So if we don't say anything, it's like you're the one that's cooking. So just like listen. POV, you're cooking. POV, you're making stir fry.
Cooking ASMR.
POV, it's really hot in the kitchen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say it looks like chicken because it's not chicken. I feel like in the world there's a lot of let's make this tofu taste like this. Let's make the tofu be like meat. Tofu is its own thing. Why does it have to be like meat? I mean, like if you like meat, great for you. Love that for you.
It does wiggle as like styrofoam though, so you got that going for it. Just saying. It does.
James gonna cook by himself for that.
You know, I'll just keep this going. I mean, am I wrong?
Doesn't look like styrofoam.
Yes, it does. You coming back?
I'm coming back because I have FOMO. All right, tofu looks done. Also, we've been filming since like 10 a.m. and it's now 4 p.m. So I'm just like, we're taking it up. So, yeah, you can do it better than me.
It's my job. Show you up on your own show.
No, you can have your own series.
Maybe I should.
You can talk to the staff. You can get that.
Have a rival show.
Yeah. Cooking on your own for the second time.
The sequel.
So now we're going to move on to cooking our vegetables. We're going to start with a little more coconut oil. Again, you can use whatever oil you want. We here at the kitchen, we just have coconut oil. Also, we like coconut oil.
It's delicious.
And we're going to start off our vegetables with our aromatics. So in go our aromatics. We have our scallions. Don't burn me, don't burn me. And we have some garlic. And we have some ginger. So we're about to put the stir and stir fry by moving this around a lot. Also, if you don't move it around a lot, the garlic will burn and it doesn't taste good. And also there's a lot of smoke. All right, so we're going to start adding our vegetables. We're going to start with the hardest vegetables, and then we're going to go through to some of the less firm ones. We just want to make sure that they all are getting a full cook through and are stopping at around the same time. If we add them all at once, some are going to be overcooked, some are going to be undercooked, so we're just going to keep going. We're going to start with our broccoli. We have kind of a green theme today. That wasn't really planned, but somehow all of the vegetables we picked were green, and then we somehow missed all of the vegetables that weren't green.
Green enthusiast.
Green is good. On our website, we have a green dragon smoothie that's really good, so I guess we're calling this the green dragon stir fry. Now, on the green theme, we're going to be throwing in our green beans. We're going to add some peppers next. These are a little spicier. These are called Hungarian Wax Peppers. You can use whatever peppers you've got. Again, the whole thing is customizable. We like spice here at the kitchen. All right, we're going to put in our zucchini now. Got quite a bit of vegetables. These are only some. What are some of your favorite things to put into stir fry?
So I'm a big onion fan, and I do love bell peppers, and those are generally pretty big staples as far as what I'm using. I also love mushrooms. The way they absorb the sauce is just delicious.
Yeah, I'm not a big mushroom fan, but I think that's the beauty of the Meal-o-Matic, is that everyone can do whatever they want with it. So you can customize it to your yucks and to your yums. Speaking of onions, if you want to find a way to upgrade your onions, you should visit episode 1 of this series where we upgrade fancy mac and cheese and we make caramelized onions, because ever since I made that, I've been craving caramelized onions. So probably going to remake that soon. We have a boxed mac and cheese in our pantry that we haven't used. I think we can start adding our bok choy. Hopefully this is big enough. We're making quite a big portion.
Feed an army.
Yeah. You could also say this is good for batch cooking. You cook something at the beginning of the week, have it for dinner one night, and then have it for lunch the next day. That's sort of help out.
Yeah. Teamwork.
So we're going to put the lid on, help the veggies cook. So the reason that we're doing this is that putting a lid on traps the steam in the pan, so it'll help all the veggies cook through just a little faster, especially if you're on a time crunch. Super easy. This is our stir fry sauce that we're about to add once the veggies are cooked through. It is a simple ratio. It's in the recipe, but once you make it a couple times, you kind of remember it. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. We've got 1 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, and then whatever other things that you put in your sauce, it's a tablespoon of each of those. So we did hoisin and we did brown sugar. We also, you probably can't see on camera, we have some red pepper flakes in there because we love spice. Taking off the lid, stirring a little. We want to make sure that the stuff on the bottom doesn't get burnt and browned. We just want to make sure everything's getting a nice even cook. If you leave it on for too long, the stuff at the top may be undercooked, while the stuff at the bottom may be overcooked. So now we're going to add back our protein, our beautiful tofu that does not look like styrofoam.
Yeah, it does.
Dane is adding back our noodles.
I have one big lump of noodle that I will...
You can break it up.
Yeah, break up. Teamwork.
This is a lesson. We were cooking and we weren't tending to our noodles by stirring them. So they kind of got a little bunched up, but just got to break it up. It's just a little more effort. Now we're going to add our stir fry sauce that we talked about before. So Dane is making a well in the center. And we will add this in. And we will let that bubble for a second. You can always adjust how much sauce that you want based on your liking. If you want a little more sauce, a little less sauce, just add a little more of each ingredient. And we're just going to try to coat our protein, our vegetables, our noodles. We're going to try not to spill.
Everything.
Yeah. I think this just shows how plentiful this meal will be, that it can be contained by our massive wok. So we just finished cooking through our stir fry. We're going to transition really quick and just get this out and do some yummifying. So here we have our beautiful stir fry along with a bunch of our yummify toppings. So we're each just gonna make ourselves a bowl and do some plating. We have all of these toppings. It's very much whatever, just customize it to your taste. Whatever you're feeling. If you're doing like a large gathering, then you can just put them all out and have everyone put on what they want. So I'm gonna do some black sesame seeds and
I'm gonna go for sriracha.
some white sesame seeds. This is some Thai basil.
I'm going to grab some of that.
Some sriracha too. All right, so here we've got our bowls, and we're just gonna take a bite. We're just gonna dig in. I'm trying to get a good bite.
I'm struggling to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hot, not spicy. Like temperature hot. Mm-hmm. I'm such a sucker for broccoli. It just like soaks up the sauce very well.
That's why I like mushrooms.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm not saying I don't like mushrooms. I am learning to like mushrooms.
I was a big yuck guy on mushrooms for like the first 13, 14 years of my life. And then all of a sudden I started making my own stir fry and mushrooms became my best friend.
I've been a big no guy on mushrooms for 17 years of my life. But hopefully we'll learn to like them. All right, well, thank you, Dane, for being here today and telling us all about Farmers Market. Please feel free to share this video just so we can reach more people and so more people can hopefully benefit from these types of videos. Also, feel free to like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube. If you also want to follow our Instagram and our Facebook, then you can keep notified about if we're doing other stuff like this in the future or just generally what the Dr. Yum Project is currently doing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.